So on one hand, you've got people in the stacking community who live or die by stacking sovereign coins. And on the other hand, you've got this group of people that thinks that sovereign coins have too high of a premium and that they can get more silver for their money if they just buy something like generic rounds or bars. Does one side have a clear advantage to the other, or is there somewhere in the middle that makes a little bit of sense? Well, we're going to talk about this subject in a little bit more depth today in this video. Hope you enjoy. Welcome back to another video on the channel. If you're new, my name is Silver Augustine. I really appreciate you clicking on the video. I hope you do enjoy it. I try to put a little bit of effort into these, make content that people will enjoy and maybe want to come back and see some more of. If you enjoy the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you could, take a second and go down, leave a comment, let me know what you thought of the video. If there's anything I could do better, if there's anything I could improve on, I'd love to hear some suggestions as I am brand new to this. Anyhow, let's talk silver coins. So right off the bat, I just want to say I do believe that silver coins are a good investment, and I do believe that in general they are a good stacking item. Now, that being said, depending on what your preferences are for what you want to own, what you want to hold, and what you want to sell, it may or may not be the best option for you. The biggest downside to silver coins, and obviously it depends on which different government minted coin you're looking at, but generally the premiums tend to be a little bit higher than if you were to just buy generic silver, obviously, and we all understand that that comes with the government backing and that it is illegal to counterfeit this, as it is all legal tender. So that is a big deterrent. Some people will take that into strong consideration when they are buying silver coins, and that's a big reason they buy it, especially people in the United States that buy the American Silver Eagle. They believe that the U.S. government mint backing that coin is well worth the extra few dollars they pay in premium. I like to see it as if there's a sovereign coin that is on sale or at a good price, whether it be bulk price or at my LCS or online somewhere, I'm constantly surfing looking for the best deals. If I can find sovereign coins for a good deal, I try to jump on that because the resale value is pretty good. I wouldn't say that it's drastically different than if you were to sell silver rounds or silver bars, but the best quality that silver coins have, in my opinion, is that it's a lot easier to find buyers for them, whether you try to do that peer-to-peer or whether you try to sell to an LCS. If you walk in with 100 Silver Eagles versus 100 Buffalo rounds, the chances of them wanting to buy all 100 of your Buffalo rounds would be pretty slim. But everyone's always looking to buy American Silver Eagles, so the demand is always up. That being said, if you have those in your possession and you're going to resell them, it's a lot easier to find places to sell them and get a good bang for your buck. If you stack only generic silver and you stack only silver that's got the lowest premiums, there's nothing wrong with that if you are wanting it for worst case scenario, our government falls apart, the world collapses, and now you're using silver to buy and sell and trade and barter. But assuming that doesn't happen, you're going to have a little bit harder time selling tons and tons and tons of generic silver, whether it be peer-to-peer or whether it be to your LCS. I know that me personally, even if I was getting a good deal on silver, there's only so much of the silver content that I stack that I prefer to be generic. I do like a lot of generic silver because I do like to have as much silver as I possibly can for as little money as I can. I think most people that stack silver are on some sort of budget. They have to take into account exactly how much money they have to spend on silver at that time. There are some people who are a little more well off that are not going to be quite as particular. They also are not going to be as bothered by the premiums as someone who is a little bit more on a budget. But those people also a lot of times tend to be able to invest in gold and other things. If you're just looking for 1 ounce buys here and there, or maybe a tube here and there, it is definitely more expensive to buy sovereign silver coins. But in exchange, you do get the recognizability that people always talk about. There are safety features on them. There's not a whole lot of silver rounds that have safety features, and the few that do, I know Scottsdale has a few really good ones, but a lot of these, most of the time, you look at the prices and the premiums, and you might as well be buying government minted coins. In my opinion, I would rather have government minted coins to stack than a premium silver round. To me, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense unless you're just collecting. And if that's the kind of person you are, then absolutely nothing wrong with buying that at all. It's still a good product, but the resale value and the resale capabilities that Sovereign Coins has is very hard to match with anything privately minted, in my opinion, unless you're speaking numismatics or something to that effect. On that note, also, there are a lot of sovereign coins. I'm not going to get into it too much into this video, but even the Australian koalas and the kooks, a lot of people collect those. Those have a pretty high premium. A few of these other government mints have special coins that they do, and low mintage products that they put out. Those have premiums on them as well. I believe that those are good for collectors, or maybe people who have just been stacking a long time and they've got enough silver to feel comfortable. Now they can just spend a little bit more on premiums, and they're not so worried about getting every ounce of silver they possibly can for their dollar value. People that have been in it for a while don't want to just keep on buying silver buffalo rounds, and I totally understand that. I think everyone gets to that point at some point or another to some degree. So if you've been buying a lot of silver and you have a lot of silver and you just want to kind of change up what you have, then something like that would definitely be a good purchase. But I'm not going to get too deep into that. I'll probably save that for another video in the future. As far as sovereign coins go, I think currently what we're seeing is that the American Silver Eagle is priced pretty high, and I personally am not buying in large numbers at all. I'll pick up a few from my LCS every week or two, but honestly, he gives me a better price than any of these places you're finding online right now, so I do utilize him for that. But if you're trying to buy online, or if you don't have an LCS nearby, it's very hard to justify buying American Silver Eagles with the premiums on them currently. I know they've been worse before in the past, but they've also been significantly better. I cannot see myself buying a $40 coin that, if I shift over to a Maple or Britannia or even the Australian Kangaroo, you're still getting a sovereign coin that's very well recognized in the community. Same with the Krugerrands, but you're not spending $40 per coin. I think even the Philharmonic is a really good way to go. I think a lot of people overlook that, but it is a sovereign coin. People do recognize it. It's very affordable compared to some of the other coins that you see. At the end of the day, it's totally your decision, your choice to make. What's your biggest priority? What's your biggest desire? What's the reason that you're buying? If I were to give some advice to someone who is just starting out, I would tell them to stay away from any high premium items to begin with. Make sure that you get your foot in the door with silver. Make sure you start stacking up some weight. If you really are interested in getting into sovereign coins and you look online and you see that they're on sale, go for it. It's absolutely a good buy. I love silver coins, and in my personal opinion, you can never have too many of them. I'm going to wrap up the video there, though. I feel like I've been talking long enough. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you watched until the end. If you did, let me know in the comments. Hope you enjoyed the video, and hope you have a good rest of your day. Thanks.